Having two independent outputs can be very useful. You can use one output for instant replay and slow motion, and use the other to feed an in-arena digital sign or large display. But you can also use both outputs together to create a customized view of the action as a replay. Select output B. Go to the clip list. Select the clip for playback. Now remember its event ID. Now select output A. Go to the clip list. Navigate to the same event ID. Now choose a different angle than the one that is currently queued up in output B. Now hit the link button. Pull the T-bar down to 0 and ramp the T-bar up, or hit the play button, and both outputs play the two different angles out at the same speed controlled by one T-bar. These two outputs could be sent out to a switcher, and the switcher operator, or TD, could decide when to cut or transition between them. The link button only links the playback controls of both outputs. If A is currently selected and the link button is active, and a clip is selected in the clip list, it only queues up a clip in A. B is only affected when the transport speed or transport controls are used. There is a way for transport controls to affect live video by delaying it, as discussed earlier. If both outputs are live and the link button is on, and the wheel is turned a quarter turn to the left, then both outputs will go into delayed playback mode. There is a way to use both outputs together and send the result out of one output. This is a preview to program style workflow, allowing for cuts and transitions between playback angles. When working in this mode, the B output is the most important. It will show the transitions from B to A, and it is output number 2 on the back of the system. If using transitions with audio, the audio comes out of the audio output B, or 2. There is an option you want to turn on most likely when using this mode. That option is Autoplay. This will cause output A to start to play when it is transition 2. To turn it on, use the small arrow next to the transition speed control here. Pop it open and make sure that Autoplay has a check mark by it. Select output B. Go to the clip list. Select a clip for playback. Pull the T-bar to 0 and then ramp it up. Take note of the event ID that you are playing back. Select output A. Go to the clip list. Navigate to the same event ID. Now choose a different angle than the one that is already playing. Jog to a new endpoint just before the action happens. When the action is finished on the first angle, hit the take button and the new angle plays from the queued up action point. The transition area is here under the B output HUD. Clicking on the transition icon will open the transition palette. Here you have 9 transitions to choose from. Fade cannot be replaced, but all others can. Mouse over a transition and click on the plus in the upper right-hand corner. This launches the media browser. Navigate to a transition and select it. You can even use full-color motion graphic transitions with audio. These are called animation store transitions, and there is a variety of them available for use right out of the box. Load up a selection of transitions for use. When a transition is selected, its icon appears in the transition area. Transitions can be selected with the mouse by using the palette, or by holding the Shift key and using the number pad to select a number transition from the palette. You can set the speed of the transition here by using the included presets. You can also click and drag to scrub in a new custom speed. Next, you can set the audio level for the animation store transitions that have sound effects with them, using the fader from the speaker icon here. This audio level is global for all transitions. Then you have take and auto buttons, and these are also on the control surface here. There are stop and play buttons, and these are the same as the stop and play buttons here on the control surface. There's also a loop button to loop the currently selected output. Note, one output can be looped while the other is not, and looping controls are only on the interface, not on the control surface. Now let's talk about using a transition. Select output B. Go to the clip list. Select a clip for playback. Pull the T-bar down to 0 and ramp it up. Take note of the event ID that you're currently playing. Select output A. Go to the clip list. Navigate to the same event ID. Choose a different angle than the one that is currently playing, and jog to a new endpoint just before the action happens. When the action is finished on the first angle, hit the Auto button, and the new angle is transitioned to and plays from the cued action point. Once the transition is complete, you can go back and select another angle on A and cue it and auto to it. Transitions are cool, but I find using them between each camera angle is too much. Try using a transition like a trajectory on the way in, and then fades between all your angles, and then a transition again on the way out. Let's talk about speed control when using two outputs. Let's start a clip playing out of B and set its speed to 50% with the T-bar. Now, go to output A and select a clip and start it playing back and ramp the T-bar to about 25% speed. Go back to B and ramp speed to 0. When you go back to A, it is still playing at 25% speed even though the T-bar is at 0. The T-bar will not start affecting A until it passes through the current playback speed. Moving the T-bar slightly up and down has no effect, as you have not hit 25% speed yet. Push the T-bar up beyond 25% and it takes control of playback speed of the currently selected output again. When it comes to transitions, the speed of one output does not affect the speed of the other output. If I am playing out of B at 50% and I transition to A, which was set to 100%, then B will be playing at 100%. The speed of playback follows the clip, not the output.